And the coalition's collapsing as we speak, so seems to be good. But as soon as we can get a free diplomat, we can start declaring war on people again. Like Uzbek. Let's see who Uzbek is allied with. Nobody. Well. And they have a fort right there, and their capital's right there, so. And then there's Chiva. You know, only has a capital fort. And the Timurids only has a capital fort right there, so. Yeah, reinforcing this army is quite expensive. So. I talked to Jake about reforming the entire HRE system, and they said they're probably not going to do that until the birth of EU5. Yeah, no, probably not. But you could still install like a circle system in the current game without having to completely reform it. So, and that would also, you know, give them something that they could, I don't know. It would be a very nice feature, I think. Oh, would you look at that? There's some Nahuatl on the mainland now. He's not QA anymore, he's on design. Now when did that news come along? Or at least will be. Did I say too much? I think you did. But don't quote me on that. I mean, that sounds like a pretty big deal, although does that mean there's a free spot in QA? 'Cause sign me up. Nah, man, I still need to learn C++. I am gonna learn C++ though. Seems like a pretty clever thing to do, considering my, you know, aspirations. Although I am still kind of torn between making documentaries and working something in the game industry. I don't really know. I just really want to do something history related, and it's very difficult to do something history related with history as your primary thing. Your PhD. So I don't know. We'll see. Welcome to Sweden, Florry. Don't learn C++. I say this as an IT guy. Ah, but I was reading the Paradox. Paradox asked me anything, and they said, well, if you learn C++, you'll already be pretty in demand in tech companies. Just because, you know, it's very difficult to get, that's the program they use, and it's very difficult to get people that, you know that shit, and, well, if you combine that with, you know, the, history element I bring to the table, I think we'll be great friends. Okay, but enough of that. Let's continue declaring wars on these small people. Hey, you know what? Fuck you. I just stacked up, man. I mean, it's alright because I'm just that much of a badass, but still, that's really kind of shit. A new C++ gonna work for Paradox? I don't know, you should ask them. But they said that would be, you know, a good place to start. And you can learn C++ without... Like, there's several courses on the internet. And I believe Paradox has their own test, so that they can determine whether or not you actually know C++. So it technically doesn't need to be certified. So I could do that, you know, alongside of what I'm doing right now without having to... I don't even know if I'm able to do any of that, right? So I'd have to see. I don't know. I wasn't that bad at math. But I don't even know if that has anything to do with programming at all, but, you know. I mean, I used to be reasonably good at, you know, logical thinking and whatnot, so I don't know. We'll see. I haven't even started looking at it yet, so. So I need a new achievement for EU4. What should I be going for? Blood for the Sky God. It's a really nice achievement, and you kind of need to hurry up too, because you need to get to the new world before all the Nahuatl is dead, so. Yeah, well. I wish you good luck with that. Alright, this is getting a whole bunch of dudes on the border with Multan, because it looks like those are going to be the ones that will be attacking anytime soon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that too. Her myth. I'm pretty sure about that too. But I mean, you know, from a practical standpoint, I suppose that will be a good place to start. Oh, if you have any suggestions to what would be a better place to start, be my guest, or any kind of tips and tricks in the meantime. I mean, in general, I think it'd be a good idea to learn that. you know what, in today's world, you know, all that. Norway gets light ship combat ability, so they get really strong light ships, which, you know, buffs out because you'll get that extra naval force limit. So technically, you could just build light ships and have that be your main power source or whatever. Is the sound and everything alright for you guys? Like, is it not too loud or too soft? Convert to Judaism and work in a bank. Used to be pretty good at that too, actually. Accounting and all that. No, I want to do something history related, really. Like, really, that whole scripting thing? No, man. That sounds pretty juicy, if you ask me. Alright. Sound is good? Sweet. Well, I wouldn't say it's too damn good. I mean, their ideas are good, but it's not like OP good or anything. Can I change tag and still get the achievement? No, you need to stay Norway until the end of the game, so you can't just form Sweden. I mean Scandinavia. But that's alright though, because now if you become an empire, you instantly become a cultural union, so it shouldn't matter too much. Although back when I did it, of course, it was a bit of an issue. Alright, Multan. Here we go. Tribal Conquest. Do we want to set Kandash as a co-belligerent? I think so. There's no real reason not to, so we'll set them as co-belligerent. And get some dudes to take care of this and that. Take out as much of these side provinces as possible. Here we go. Do you have any thoughts on the new stuff proposed in patch, like corruption? It sounds really interesting. It sounds like a real fun thing that's going to separate the good from the great. I like that. It raises the skill cap. I think it's a good thing. So, I think it's a good thing. I think it wasn't represented before properly. Well, you have autonomy, and with a little bit of fantasy, you could totally see that as your corruption mechanic. But of course, it's not perfect, and this really works a lot better when you consider that the bigger you are, the easier it is to, you know, hide away corruption. But, you know, there's methods that one could take to fight corruption. So, and it wasn't in the game before, and it is in the game now, so I can only really applaud that. yeah. And I feel like there should be some advantages towards, you know, having 100% corruption as well. Like there should be some kind of advantage to that. I don't know. Like it can't be all bad. But maybe I'm overthinking things. But yeah, it seems like a fun mechanic. Seems like a fun mechanic. Do you have any tips on how to enforce peace of Westphalia as an Orthodox or even Coptic? Well, you could find whoever's the weakest and join them. Other than that, I don't really know what you could do. Other than just get lucky, I suppose. But yeah, especially with something like this, because it's gonna be a modifier, right, that has an effect on like a million things. And my initial reaction to something like that is, ooh, I'm afraid. But that's what I thought about revanchism as well. Because if you give up nations that are of your primary culture, then you don't lose your core on that. So technically you could farm revanchism on that, but the modifier wasn't nearly as broken. Like, that wasn't that big of a deal, so... You know, maybe it just depends on the numbers itself, and like there's no way I can say anything substantial about that right now. So. I'd have to play around with it. Really wish I knew where this guy's going, but I'm thinking he's going over there. No, my phone just gave me a message there. Advantage to being corrupt? Well, you know, if you're very corrupt, then it also means that you have less shit that you need to take care of, right? So... if you're very corrupt, there should be something like less unrest even, but I don't really know. Like you could see that as it being very corrupt, but you could also see it as being very decentralized. So, you know, because when you add autonomy, you're basically fucking promoting corruption, right? Like, that is what this number is. So, in my opinion... I mean, I call that some form of corruption and some kind of advantage, so... it shouldn't be all bad. That's already in the game, so... I mean, you could just say, well, but this is just the negative sides of corruption, and then I'd be fine with it too. I mean, I'm fine with anything right now. What I'm not fine with, though, is this drought in Ethiopia right now, so... go ahead and read my little Florryworry on the bottom of my stream that has this little thing, his little head of Ethiopia on it. Read that. And yeah, let's try and make a difference by talking about that shit. Seems like a good plan. In the meantime, I'm gonna be declaring war on Bahmanis and eating the shit out of that. I'm really happy that my troops still kind of fight properly still, even with me being attacked behind. Well, Predator 5657 Revanchism is really new. I don't think it's I think it's gonna be a bit of a bigger deal than Revanchism though. I don't know, it was presented the same way. But Revanchism has a lot of effects, like it's a pretty strong modifier, it's just not as abusable as I thought it would be when it first got, you know, how do you say that? Unveiled, or whatever. Because I thought it was going to be a real big deal, because I was like, oh, well, you can just release your, you can just release nations in your primary culture, lose a war on purpose, and then get a whole bunch of revanchism. But they toned down the number, like the modifiers, a whole lot. And that made a big difference, because at the start, when it got unveiled, first it was like plus 50% manpower recovery speed at max revanchism. And I mean that's a fuck ton of that's a fuck ton of free manpower right there, so but they toned it down a whole lot, so. No, I have to see how that goes, I suppose. Yeah, I'm not too worried about corruption. I mean, from the looks of it, they're wanting to get that in as a mechanic that's gonna, you know, be slightly annoying when you're really big, but you should still be able to deal with it. Otherwise, why would they even introduce that corruption slider, right? So it's not gonna be like this all-crippling thing. It's just gonna be one of those modifiers that's there, like autonomy. Like, it's not gonna be something that's completely gonna screw you over. Yeah, I can't help these. How are the force limit numbers looking? I am looking at 400 force limit. Now I can go over my force limit, that's fine. What I really need is to make more than 10k, and I'm at 5k right now. So we still have a bit to go. Oh shit, I'm at military cap. Trash game, play France. Yeah! I'm not gonna play France, I'm not a scroll lord, god damn it. Jeez, I'm not a Roomba, what are you talking about? I wouldn't play as France until... Oh, I played as France once, and to do the Big Blue Blob achievement. Does anyone remember the exact modifiers for horde shock bonus? Is it on their own turf but open terrain, or is it any open terrain? It used to be on their own turf and open terrain, and now it's on any open terrain, but they suffer a negative modifier, negative shock modifier of 25% when they fight in rough terrain like woods or hills. They're worse, they're really bad on rough terrain and really good on open terrain, because it's 25%, and it's 25% shock damage bonus when attacking, and they suffer less damage when defending. So it's better to attack on flat terrain, and it doesn't matter whether or not it's your own land anymore. Oh man. That Bahmanis guy though, wrecking my guys to pieces for the second time. Didn't my truce with John Poor just end? Yeah, I did. Still have a lot of forts to deal with though. Oh my god, what's going on in the chat? Look at how calm the chat is when Strindberg and Goran aren't here. Oh, I know, it's beautiful. Play Ottoman! For fuck's sake. No, why would I play as the easy guys? You must be new here. Best nation.